I don't know what's so controversial about the Black Album by Prince, but this album, the Black Album by Prince, which was supposed to be released in '87, but was released in 1994. This is a very good album. Oh man, like this album was like he deemed this album to be evil, and he didn't want nobody to pay for. He didn't want nobody to buy it. That's why that's why he had it printed and distributed the way it looked. When the Black Album, which doesn't feature his name or his credits nowhere on there. It's just a black. It's all in black. It's obvious. It's his music. Of course, it's his music, but he doesn't put his name or anything anywhere on the album. Uh, Like uh, he recorded this album between '87 and '88, and some of the songs was on the Love Sexy on his Love Sexy tour, but due to politics and due to certain strings, certain undermining, underhanded stuff that was going on, he tried to shelve the album. But like several years later, they put it out during the time when he was going. He was at odds with Warner Brothers. According to hold up. Now, according to Prince, this album, this album was it was shelved, and it had its moments where he where he was being questioned about where he wanted to go musically and what direction he was trying to take with Warner Brothers, because him and Warner Brothers who had a tug of war musically and artistically and financially, and he was being tied down by that. But with the albums, and he came to the conclusion that due to the content and due to the people behind the curtains, he deemed this album to be evil. But this is this album is anything but evil. It has elements of old school hip hop, and it's a song on there called Bob George, where he combined two people's different names. I think Bob Nelson and other the other name George from Bob George are two different. This is my favorite track on her, Bob George, which is the combination of two different names of two people who added in for him and stuff. And that's his actual voice on the album. He said, "New boat, huh? That's nice. Did you buy it? Yeah, right. You seen that rich motherfucker again. You know what I'm talking about. That slick pack bat on gold is about. Don't try to play me for yesterday's fool." And he's basically rapping on this song. And he's using his actual voice. A lot of people thought that Prince spoke the same way that he sung, which is complete total opposite. But the song Bob George was proof of that. I think this right here influenced what we now call this gangster rap. And then another song on there called Dead on It. Dead on It, which is another song where he's rapping on, and he has another chick on there rapping with him, and you could tell that song is pure '80s, because it has that '80s feel and '80s sounds, that late '80s sounds to it. I think a year before Straight Outta Compton came out, and when they had that song, just putting you in that mood, that hip hop vibe. I'm like thinking what did he had to do with hip hop? But when he came to Prince, if it was black, he was gonna be down with it. And with this black album, he was trying to gain back his black audience, because he was deemed as being pop, because they said he had turned pop, and he tried to put out this album to show you that he was still down with being black, because Prince was unapologetically black. And then with songs like Cindy Greed, which had that funk, that pure funk sound to it, and the grind, and it had that pure funk sound to it. It showed you where he was musically. It showed you his ever changing style, or his highly level style of music, and showed you that he was unique in his way of singing and stuff, and his way of playing. And then of course Supercalifragilistic Sexy. That's another funky ass album, a song on there where he just expressing and showing his talent. And then it had a song on there, another song called When Two Are in Love, which is also featured on the Love Sexy album. I don't know why he put it on this song, but this song was also featured on the Love Sexy album. And then of course, and then the instrumental, and then the last two songs, Two Niggas, the seven Two Niggas. United for Wisconsin is a straight up instrumental. Like he's playing all the instrumentals on that Two Nigs album. And and like what I like about that song, he just be playing that bass guitar, that big, he just killing that bass guitar on Two Nigs, just killing it. It's just a total instrumental song, and he just killing it. And then of course, he ends with rock hard in a funky place. This is a very this is a very good album, even though it was controversial, and like he built up this controversy and this type of enigma with this black album. It did nothing but solidify his presence in the music royalty and legendary music. This is a very good album, even though it's quote unquote controversial. It's a very good album. From a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 10. From a scale of 1 to 20, I give it a 20. Rock on.